I'm Constantine Supius,
And I'm Oliver Twa.
and this is the Best Man Podcast.
Oh,
Da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so Oliver,
yeah.
you said you're going on a 10-hour car ride.
Okay, yeah. So I'm at Purdue currently.
Oh, okay.
Um, I'm the 10-hour car ride is going back. I already went on
Okay.
a 10-hour car ride to get here. It's
So
gonna be great.
when did you leave to go to Purdue?
Friday.
Okay. That would make sense because Sam said that you weren't in Spanish class.
It's true. I wasn't.
So, yeah, and then where is Purdue?
Indiana,
Okay. And then
and
I'm gonna ask you more questions, which is, does your brother like it there?
I think so.
Under Understood. Fingers crossed.
Yep.
Um, so yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think we have anything planned for this episode again.
Yeah, I
I had
think
like one thing I wanted to talk about, but that's not gonna be the entire episode. So.
okay. I was gonna talk more about Pokemon Champions.
Oh,
I'm
yes,
gonna
okay, so we're probably if we can figure it out, that's probably gonna be the background footage for this episode.
oh that'd be pretty
Because
cool.
I found out it's on Switch 1.
Hmm.
Um, only thing is I think you probably need, like, a capture card or something.
I mean,
Um,
we'll
I
see.
don't know, we'll figure it out. If not, it will be, like, Marvel Rivals or something.
Yeah,
But
which is also it's
capture
not
cards can't be
terrible.
that expensive for Switch 1.
This is true. Um, Also I don't like Arcaludon. I don't like
Oh,
Arcaludon.
yeah, $18. $7 on Temu.
Ooh,
Crazy.
maybe we should get the Temu vending machine and the Temu
Yeah.
thingamabobby.
Also, I did see an Instagram reel that was like it was ranking the best ways to make money, and vending machine was the worst. So
Did it actually say vending machine was the
it did,
worst?
yeah.
No. Well, is it the best worst way to make money or no?
No, it's the worst way to
Or
make
is it
money.
just generally?
Yeah.
Not like the worst best way.
No, it's just the worst.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Okay. All right. Are you positive?
Uh huh.
Because you have me a little bit in disbelief here. I'm a little bit upset by this prospect. But I bet you if we put it by the Aquaquan, it would still work. It would work because there are so many people and there's no food. There's no place to buy food.
We should just establish a restaurant at that point.
I mean, like, I guess. What should we call it? What should our restaurant be named?
Best bad restaurant.
Best man restaurant. We'll put the employee of the month as the waiter. To clarify, employee of the month is Zach.
Oh, right,
Make him
right.
the
Yeah,
waiter.
yeah.
Um, and also, did Miss hey, my okay. So one of the coaches at Madison, Coach JM, is like was super fast. He's still fast. He's just less fast because he's graduated now. But he went to Penn for rowing. Um,
UPenn?
yeah, like the Ivy League
Yeah,
one.
that's crazy.
And he what he did uh was he had Miss Moy's class and he was like apparently she used to go on this like tangent about I think she had some idea for a Mexican restaurant, and it was like, I don't know. I don't remember what the premise of the Mexican restaurant was, but and he told me that I should ask her about it. And then she was like, "Oh yeah, the Moy restaurant."
You asked her about it?
I did. I
Oh.
did. I expected a much bigger reaction out of her though. I thought she'd be like, "Yes, I remember the restaurant." Instead, she was like, "Oh yeah, I had this idea for a restaurant a while ago." And I used to tell all the kids that when I retired, I would open up this restaurant.
Has she like moved on from it?
I think so.
That's unfortunate.
It's a little bit upsetting. It's hard to watch dreams die, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, oh yeah, we raced this weekend.
Oh, did you win?
No,
Oh,
no, no,
you
no.
should
We
have.
did not. We should have. We did not
Yeah.
do very well. We have not been doing very well lately, which is a little bit upsetting. Um, so yeah, we didn't do very well. We lost to a bunch of people that we probably shouldn't have lost to. Um, but it's okay. It's okay. We're like, but we're kind of bottom of the barrel right now.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, but it'll be fine.
Is it like the 1v specifically that's not doing well, or is it all of them?
Well, it's kind of the whole program.
Oh,
The girls' team seems to be doing okay, but um, yeah, we're not doing too hot. And
that's
then
not good.
yeah, I concur. I don't really know what the problem is. Um, like the excuse is that we're also, oh my God, I have lots of things to say, but not lots of things to say at the same time. Um, like I feel like on paper we should be faster. I also felt the same way last year.
Uh,
Last year, the 1v had like a 650 2K average or something like that.
oh,
Right? Which is pretty good because right now ours isn't even sub 7. You know what I
oh,
mean?
yeah.
So like we were pretty fast
But
last
that's
year
not
and
your
then
fault.
yeah, I I appreciate that. Though I do need to get my score down a little bit more, but it's fine. It's fine. Um so yeah. So we didn't do too hot last year. I'm not entirely sure why. I think part of it um I don't know why. I don't know why because we had the tech, we had the boat speed. We just didn't like do it,
Oh, well,
right?
you should do it.
I know. I know. We're trying to do it again this year, but like it's like we keep on getting close, but we just don't do it. I don't know
Oh.
if that makes sense.
It does.
So yeah.
Okay. So, the one topic I wanted to bring up is, do you know what you're doing for college? Like, at all?
Not yes and no. Like what do you mean? Like what am I gonna do in college or what am I
Like,
doing with
I
college?
well, I know you're gonna row, right?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay, so is it just whoever recruits you? Or
Um
are you just gonna go to a college and, like, just join in?
so okay, it depends. It depends. It depends. Okay. Um best case scenario, um I get my 2K down, I get to go to like a really, really good school because like, oh, they have rowing and despite the fact that my grades are okay, but they're not like spectacular, right?
Yeah.
Um, I get to go to a good school despite the fact that, and I get to go to a good school in row. Basically,
Yeah.
that's the goal. Um, if that doesn't happen, I want to go to the best school that I can. Does that make sense? I feel like that's a
Oh,
pretty
okay, yeah, so you're not g like, if no good schools want you, you're just gonna go to a good school and then row
yeah.
anyway. Okay.
Like that's pretty much the plan. Like if they're not like, "Oh, I'm gonna recruit you," like, "Okay, I'll go to the best school that I can, and then if I can row there, I can row there," right?
Okay, that's
Um,
cool.
that's kind of the plan. Though I keep on getting into my arguments with my mother about like the college recruiting stuff.
Oh,
Um, because I'm like now is kind of the time that I'm supposed to start, but I'm close to fast enough to get recruited, but not like just yet. Does that make
oh,
sense?
okay.
I just need And I'm like, I just need a little bit more time. And she's like, now is the time. And anyway, I'm sorry. What are you doing for college? What is your plan for college?
My plan is to just get into a good engineering school and then just go there.
Okay.
Um, I that's kind of it. I don't think I'm gonna like be starting anything new in between now and college application season.
Mm.
But I feel like okay. I'm gonna go on a tangent here. I feel like I'm getting fear mongered by Instagram into like doing research and like whatever else
Yeah.
to and like starting 5 clubs to get into a good school. And I'm like, you don't need to do that.
Yeah. Well,
Or at least I hope.
I can't tell. I can't tell because I feel like it sounds absurd. And um I had this conversation with my mother that like what's essentially been happening is that before not everybody used to go to college, right?
Yeah,
College was like the going to college in and of itself was like a sign that you were going to go do things like go do well later on in life, right?
yeah,
Um that's no longer the case. Right now everybody goes to college, right?
yeah,
Um and before all of like the Ivy League schools, right? Um, I'm pretty sure at some point Columbia had like a 50% acceptance rate.
yeah. I saw like a graph, and it was like when the schools were founded, they had like 40% acceptance rates.
Yeah,
But that was also in
exactly.
like the 1800s. So
Well, not even I don't even think in the 1800s. I think like 50 years ago. I'm searching this up. Acceptance rate
oh my God,
is
Harvard was founded in 1636. How?
okay. Yeah. Harvard's acceptance rate in 1960 was 30%.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So what's happened now? What's happened is everybody is like, "Oh, um, you know what? We need to get into the good school, right? Because that's how we succeed in life."
Yeah.
So what's happened is we've essentially like formed an arms race, right? And and the thing is that the Ivy League schools, they used to be selective, right? But they didn't used to be or I think a combination of things have occurred, right? I think globalization has like not like we're like super global now, right? Like the internet,
Yeah.
right? We get to see like
Oh,
or
that's true. And
obviously
there's like international students.
yes, and that makes everything considerably more competitive. Like the availability, um like even 50 years ago, it would have been much more unreasonable to go to college in like Australia
Yeah.
or in Europe, right? But now that's like an actually accomplishable thing. And because of that, there's more people, so you gotta beat everybody, right?
Yeah.
And like, what happens, right, is that like, I'm also worried about that there's like this curve, that there are students that are like really, really smart, but they're like in this weird in between where like their credentials aren't good enough to get into the Ivy, but I feel like they get waitlisted by the like the state schools, right? Is that am I saying something that's correct or am I saying something
I
that's wrong?
I don't know. We'll see, I guess.
Yeah. Um and like I
I
don't
don't.
know. So I think to a certain extent all of the clubs are necessary and not necessary, right?
Yeah. Well, I okay. I am not like becoming leadership in like a club that does nothing for a college application because I'd rather just like do something I like with my time.
Uh
Um, but I don't know if that's like a mistake or if I should have found a club freshman year and now well actually there's an untapped market. There's no Brawl Stars club. So,
this is
not too
true.
late. Not too late.
Because but also Oliver, for you in particular, um I don't think you need to worry about clubs too much.
Oh yeah. No, I don't have time to do any other clubs. That's why I haven't done anything else.
Yeah. Like you're in tennis, you're in robotics, and the podcast, I don't actually think that I don't think this is terrible for colleges. How about that?
No, it's not. It's along the lines of a passion project, although it is definitely not like impactful at all. but
Well, hey, you don't know that.
it's true. That's true.
We could
Maybe
be
we'll do a
changing
charity
somebody's
event. We'll
life right
raise
now.
like $20 for starving children. Who knows?
Yeah. Or actually, we need to donate the microwave. That'll be our.
That's our charity. Yeah.
That's our charity. Also, we
Wait,
actually
actually,
need to get
that
more
I
food.
can spin that into charity.
Yes, yes, you could.
Well, I guess we need to do it now.
Well, we needed to do it before, but
That's true. Now there's like an incentive though.
yeah. And on top of this, right, you're on the tennis team, you do robotics, right? Like you have a bunch of, and even then you're gonna be at like you're most likely going to be in a leadership position for robotics, right?
Yeah. Oh, actually, so there's been some developments in this actually.
Uh-huh.
So I before it was like pretty much only me who was like in the contention for strategy captain, and then I told Noah's been like helping me a lot, doing a lot of strategy stuff. So I told him you should apply for strategy captain because if you get it, that means you're a better fit than me. And he was like, I don't want to take the position for you, but we're okay. We agreed. We're both applying, and then whoever gets it, we're both going to be working together.
Okay.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
But so I might not be leadership, but I'll still be doing leadership stuff.
Yeah. Noah's a good person. I know that's
Yeah,
like
I know. It's
unrelated,
it's actually crazy.
but like I don't know, I feel like there's some people that are just good people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like not namish.
Well, I mean, oh my God, Oliver, I have something to confess to you. Okay.
Yeah.
So I studied really hard for the math test, right?
Oh yeah.
The other one. And
Series
I think
one.
it will, yeah, the serious one. Because er and like I haven't really like I've had the time to study for the other math test, but I also haven't had the time, but I really studied this time,
Yeah.
right?
Good.
So I think it'll go well this time. But but I didn't have the time to study for my physics test,
Oh.
okay? But what happened is that Sam sent me, he was like, "Hey, do you want this copy of the test from last year?" Okay. And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll take the copy of the test from last year," right? I mean, it's like, it's not going to give me an advantage, right? But I'll have an idea of what type of questions are on the
Oh, and then it
test.
just was the
It
questions
just was the
from what I've
test.
heard. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So,
okay. So I heard this all after the test, but I heard that the FRQ was just like the same as the one last year.
and what all of the questions were just the same as the one
All of the
last year.
questions. Okay. Yeah.
It wasn't just the FRQ.
Oh, and
So,
we have another physics test next class,
oh, like
like the
like
lab.
what? Oh, the lab. I
Yeah.
need to watch the videos for the lab. Have you watched any of the new Invincible season?
Oh, oh my God. Well, what do you think I did in the 10-hour car ride? I'm ready for Wednesday.
Okay, I haven't seen episodes 6 and 7. I'm
Okay,
supposed to go
you
watch them
need
with.
to. Even though
Okay,
it's like 2 hours, you need to.
I'm supposed to watch them with Chris, Connor, and Sam
Oh,
today,
good.
but that may or may not be happening because like the it's just like okay, you know how like people do stuff and don't do stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, so like we be doing stuff, but we also not be doing stuff.
it's true.
Mm.
So you might just not do it.
We might just not do it.
You should
We might-
still watch them even if you don't watch them with them.
Yeah, but we've been watching like the episodes together.
Oh, like all of them?
Yeah, or not all of them, but the season 3.
Oh,
And
that's
we're
cool.
also supposed to get pizza,
Oh,
which would
well,
be nice.
that's incentive to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Um, so yeah. And then Oliver,
Yeah.
what's your favorite type of food?
Gotta go. Gotta go pasta.
Really?
Yeah.
Pasta?
You seem like in shock at this.
I am. I am. I don't like pasta.
Wow. Okay. We might have to cancel the podcast.
Well, okay, well, like define pasta for me.
Wait,
Okay.
okay. I don't think it needs defining.
No, define it. Define it.
It
Like what's your favorite type of pasta? Because like I like the pasta with the butter sauce and the salt, but
yeah.
beyond that, I don't like pasta.
Oh. So you don't like marinara sauce?
Not really.
Who are you?
I I have constant congestion that call me Supian.
Well, I guess so, yeah.
Yeah. Pasta.
What?
Out of all of the food. How often do you eat pasta?
Probably once a week.
Can you walk me through your like pasta type? Do you put marinara on your pasta? I take
Like 90% of the time, yeah.
okay.
Although I do also like butter.
Okay. Do you put anything else on your pasta?
Cheese.
Okay. Like I guess I I don't know. I feel like I suppose when you say pasta, part of me is thinking of spaghetti, but I don't know if that's like
There's so many types.
yeah. Um and like huh, I feel like with spaghetti, I feel like I would I always like meatballs better. I feel like meatballs are just better. I never feel like
You'd rather eat meatballs than eat spaghetti?
I would. I would. I think meatballs are the best part of spaghetti and meatballs.
I that's not crazy to say.
And I think that I just like with with pasta, I don't feel like nourished after eating pasta.
Maybe that's a you problem.
Well, I guess it is. But like I like it doesn't satiate me. But you know
But
what I'm talking about? There are those foods that satiate you and there are
yeah,
those
I
foods that
guess.
don't. I guess I don't know. I don't know if I want to call it like not hearty. It's just it doesn't satiate me.
What's your favorite type of food?
I don't know.
Oh, well, with you
I
asking, I assume you have an answer.
I a lot of the time I would probably say bratwurst.
Well, that makes sense.
Bratwurst is pretty good.
I think one of the first conversations we had was you talking about how you had like leftover bratwurst at like 11 a.m. or something, or not 11 a.m. Like at 5 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah. That that's probably true. Oh, you know what's also okay, okay. Top 3 foods right here. Okay, no particular order. Just off rip,
Okay.
okay? Bratwurst, kibasi, and corned beef.
I feel like those are all like offshoots of the same thing.
No, corned beef is different,
Well, that's true. Yeah, corned beef is different.
but bratwurst and kibasi are similar. They're not
What is the difference as a connoisseur?
as a connoisseur. Well, they come in like different shapes and they taste differently.
Okay.
Kibasi Kibasi is like a lot greasier than the bratwurst is.
Which
And
one's
it's also
better?
like greasy on the inside. I know that doesn't make sense.
Which one do you like more?
Right now, probably Kibasi.
Does it change?
Yeah, it depends on how I'm feeling.
Oh, okay.
And part of the problem with Kibasi is that I can only eat like the like it's I can't eat 2 kibasi. Okay. Like I can eat 1.5, but I get to 2 and it's like it's too much for me.
Huh. You gotta
Like
log in, I think.
no, well no, it's like it's too greasy sometimes.
Just
And like
drink the grease, and then you'll be
no,
fine.
no, I won't drink the grease. You should drink the grease. You need
Not
more
gonna drink
grease
the
in your
grease. You
system.
can't make me.
I can. I'll make you. I'll come over there right now. I'll see you in 10 hours.
Yeah. Well, no,
Yeah.
I'll be back. I'm like leaving right after this.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you can drive here if you
I
want,
could.
but you'll just have to come back immediately.
Maybe I'll like camp outside your house.
Yeah, maybe you could do that.
I was also thinking that like I could drive like halfway and you could drive halfway
Well,
and then we
but
meet in
but
the
then we
middle.
still have like I'm still
Yeah,
driving the other half even if you don't come. You
this
can
is
just wait
true.
it.
Well, maybe I could hitchhike with you.
You could.
That would be pretty cool. You
Yeah,
gotta admit. Virginia's so weird
it is.
because it feels like Virginia. You know what I mean? Like
uh, no.
it feels very Virginia. Like, and I wonder if it's the same for all the other states too. Because I've only ever really been in two states. I've really been in, I guess I've been in Florida, I've been in Virginia, and I've been in New Jersey.
Does that not include like driving through other states or?
Yeah, well, no, it's like I've been in them for extended periods of
Okay, yeah,
time,
yeah.
right? And Virginia feels very Virginia, but New Jersey doesn't feel very New Jersey. And, but but contrary, Florida feels very Florida.
Florida does feel very Florida. I feel like you can say that more about Florida than any other state.
You think out of all of
I
the
think, well, because
states,
like California is so big, you can't really say that all of it are very California.
mm, I've never been to California.
I have.
Oh. Is it very California?
Yeah, but I
Understood.
can't say that about all of it.
Mm. Well, no, I feel like maybe I don't know. I don't know. How big is California?
Uh, pretty big. Like third largest state,
What's the largest state?
Alaska, then
Alaska? Okay.
Texas.
Okay. Huh. Have you been to Texas?
Uh, well, if I went to World's Robotics, I would have, but I did
Oh.
not. So I don't think I have.
Well, just do it next year.
True. Yeah,
You
that's
know.
the plan. We're
Yeah.
both gonna have comeback years next year.
Exactly. Exactly. This is a little bit of, well, honestly, wait, just for the record, the season isn't over yet.
Okay,
We could have a major upset. You never know.
I guess. Yeah,
Um, so yeah. Have you had breakfast yet?
I have not.
I have also not had breakfast.
Yeah, we kind of
What do
did
you
this
think?
at like a not great time, but
Yeah, it's fine.
yeah.
This is one of the times to do it.
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah, so I
also,
I haven't mentioned this yet, but best thing whole week is being recorded in like the other room as
oh,
we
oh, that's
speak.
awesome.
Yeah.
We could do a crossover
I
episode.
they suggested that. I'm like, no, we're not doing a crossover episode
Why aren't we doing a crossover episode?
because I just don't want to.
Okay,
Also, I do have to say their podcast is a lot more organized than ours
this is true.
because they have like an actual structure and we're just like talking.
Yeah. Oliver, you're
Uh-huh.
very Oliver.
I'd hope.
You're very strong in your Oliverness. You know what I mean? Like
Um, sure.
sometimes I try to convince you to do things and you're like, "No."
I I wouldn't describe that as being strong in my Oliverness. I describe
Well,
that as just being like I don't even know.
I feel like that's a pretty good description of it though. I
You
feel
know,
like,
maybe it is. I can't think of another word.
right? Because it's just you're very strong in your Oliverness. And it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
To clarify, it's not a bad thing. Just
I'd
in
hope.
case just in case you had interpreted it that way. I think it's very funny. It's also it does make it that like when you do agree to do something a little bit wackier. Also, please ignore my brother.
Oh, that's your brother. I was
Yeah,
wondering.
he's like screaming in the background. Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Oh, so okay. So on Friday, there was a tennis match against former state champions.
Uh-huh.
And I wasn't there because I was in the car, but so and then afterwards I asked like how it went in like my tennis group chat, and they said it went horrible. Like we lost 0-9.
Oh,
What else? And then okay, they were saying all this stuff, and then they said Langley put their wheelchair at 6, and they beat Charlie. So they have okay. So Langley, they have one kid who's in a wheelchair. I think he's like really good at wheelchair tennis or something. But um, they put him at 6, meaning they put him at number 6 singles, and then he won. So that's when I was like, okay, they're lying about that, but are they lying about the rest of it? And I thought, no, no, we probably did lose. And then they posted a thing on Instagram, and we won 8-1, and I was like, what? Why did no one tell me?
why did you all lie to me?
It was really funny though.
I'm sure. I'm
But
sure it was. I'm sure it was. Are you still ranked the same? Do you still have
um,
like the same
I
like?
believe so. Yeah,
Okay. You're. I mean, oh, your rating will go up soon.
yeah, for sure.
I'm
Or I'll just
manifesting.
never get a challenge match ever.
That would be pretty funny.
Not really, no.
Why?
Well, because then I'd just be stuck in the same place.
Huh?
My
I,
number
I
would
s-
be one lower than it should be. Can you believe that?
Uh,
The number doesn't even mean anything. I still get put with the people at the bottom just because they're my friends. But
I mean,
which I'm not complaining about. It's just like,
yeah,
what does it even mean?
exactly. I mean, it's just a number. Some can say
Yeah.
it doesn't really. It doesn't determine all too much. Mm. Do you, from a scale of one to, or I'm no, um, if do you guys okay? Ishan and Namish don't really play tennis together that much anymore,
Well,
correct?
me and Ishan's a manager, so he sometimes gets to play.
Oh,
Um, so we get sometimes. I think Namish has just like fully quit tennis at this point.
okay. That's a little upsetting.
Not really. He sucks.
Well, yeah, but I like just because you suck doesn't mean that you should stop doing so.
Well,
I'm
yeah.
terrible at Pokemon Champions.
Oh,
I am terrible.
okay. I have a question for you. Is the ranked
Uh,
system any good in Champions? Like, is it like actually like possible to drop ranks, or is it
I
like
don't think so.
Is it like Pokemon ZA where you win, you go up, you lose, you don't go down?
You do go down if you lose, but
Okay.
I'm also 90% sure that like every 1 in 3 games is a bot, or maybe
Oh,
maybe I'm not sure. Um, to like boost your self-esteem to
that's
keep you
cool.
playing.
I
So
mean,
like
I would hope that the bots go away at some point.
yeah, they might they might. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, okay. In in Marvel Snap, which is my frame of reference,
Uh,
if when you get to like the last rank,
yeah.
um, then that's when bots go away.
The last rank.
Yeah. Well, but
Okay.
it's not like super hard to get to. It's just like you go from like 1 to 100, and then once you get to 100, there's like a different form of measuring how good you are, and that's when bots go
Understood.
away.
Ugh. Um, how is your Marvel Snap rank right now after the 10-hour car ride?
Oh, uh, it was like 110. Now I'm at now I'm at 200.
Oh, disappointing.
I had an unfortunate run last night.
Oh, that's tragic.
Not really, no.
Have they added any new cards?
Let me tell you, they add a new card or multiple new cards every week.
Uh-huh. That's a lot of cards.
It is a lot. It's not possible to get them all without spending money.
Are you like close to having them all or
No,
no?
not at all.
Okay.
And I never will.
Well, you don't know
But
that.
like, you can buy enough cards to where you can make good decks without having anywhere close to all of them because there's just so many options.
Okay. And does that mean in like comp you have to like how often is it that you run into a card and you don't know what it does?
Like never. because you see it once and then you just remember.
Okay. I guess that makes sense.
Well, and you can also just like click on them and it tells you what they do.
This is true, but like, I mean, how about this? How often do you run into a card that you haven't seen before?
Well, once every week.
Okay, is it because it just dropped once
Yeah.
every week? Okay. How much do the developers care about like balance?
So, way more than some other games, they do balance updates like every week or every 2 weeks, which is
Uh-huh.
actually kind of crazy. But most of the time, it doesn't actually like help with the problems. It just like changes up stuff and then it, like slightly nerfs the stuff that's way too broken.
Okay.
But it's more often than some other games do.
I suppose that's good.
What is the meta like in Pokemon Champions? Because I've seen some like only the crazy stuff and none of the actual like what's good.
So I am not good enough to know yet.
Yeah,
Is that a fair assessment?
that would be great.
Right now, right now my number one op is Arcaludon.
Oh, we'll just
Um
just run our Caledon.
I can't, I haven't found him yet.
Oh, well, you can find him in some other game and transfer him in. No,
Well, yeah. Oh no, can I?
yeah.
He's
Well,
isn't he
Pokemon
Gen
Home.
9 DLC?
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Wait, that does suck
So
actually.
yeah, I cannot. Sadly, I am unable. I also don't like Pokemon Home.
Well,
So
you don't have to use it beyond just like transferring in and transferring out.
I know, but I don't want to use Pokemon Home.
Okay, then don't.
I don't,
The one thing I don't like about it is how it makes you pay for more space, but
yeah, I think that's not very fair. Um, so I'll show you my team, or I'll tell you my team. Okay, it's not really that crazy. Okay. And when I say it's really not that crazy, I like haven't really, I don't really have a strategy. I have like Pokemon, but no strategy. Does that make
oh,
sense?
yeah.
So, I have Tyranitar with the Mega Stone.
Oh,
I have Rock Slide, Knockoff, Fire Punch, and Dragon Dance. Um, then I have Arcanine with Flare Blitz, Play Rough, Extreme Speed, and Bulldoze, which I need to change.
what?
Um,
Okay.
well, to clarify, I have these because this is like you buy the Pokemon and they come with a move
Oh,
set.
I see. Okay, yeah.
Then I have Sinista, and I think this is funny. Okay. But for Sinista, I have leftovers, and then I have Matcha Gotcha, and then I also have grassy terrain.
Oh,
So, like, the whole idea is that I'll just like continuously like seep off of them. Does that you understand?
yeah, yeah.
And it will just be like super annoying. I
Pokemon
also have
Champions, is it only doubles?
no,
Oh,
there are
okay.
singles and
Okay,
doubles.
good, good.
Um, I also have a Dragapult with light screen, which is probably not a good idea. I don't feel like that's a good one, but it's okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't really want to go over the rest of my Pokemon.
Okay. So, what does it do when you start the game, like, and you don't have any Pokemon?
So it gives you six Pokemon automatically. You get to choose one of them, and then the five of them you just get for
Huh,
free.
okay.
And then you get like a certain amount of stuff that you can exchange for other Pokemon, and then you buy the stuff. And it's like it works on like a daily calendar pretty much.
Okay.
So it's like each day you get to look at the new Pokemon that have come in
Because
and decide.
there was one point where I made, like, one very brief moment where I made my own showdown team with Hisuian Zoroark.
Uh-huh.
So I might, like, try to bring that into Champions.
That'd be cool. I remember you talking about that.
Yeah,
The
that was a while ago.
I think it was freshman year, right?
Well, I was
Or
in CSP, so it was sophomore year.
okay, that makes sense.
Because
Has JC
that
played
was
Pokemon
when,
Champions?
what?
I'm sorry. Has JC played Pokemon Champions?
He has not because he doesn't have a Switch with him.
Oh.
And he was like gonna ask me to bring it, and then he forgot.
Ooh. Get clipped by an alpha with a cold heart.
Exactly.
Mm,
But I asked him because he plays a lot of like Pokemon draft leagues and stuff. So
understood.
I asked him if like any of his friends actually play champions or if they're still on Showdown. He's like, some of them play champions. So that's good.
That's cool. So he does he actually he like actually participates in drag a draft league?
Yeah,
That's cool. How does he find like tournaments and stuff? Or is it like
I
just
think
him and
it's
his
just all
friends?
on like Discord and stuff.
Okay. My next question is gonna be: is he any good?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Anywho, do you have anything else that you want to talk about?
Uh, no, I don't think so.
Yeah. I think I'm about ready to end it here if you want
Sounds
to.
good. Do you have anyone you want to shout out?
Not really this week.
Not even Max Stilley?
Oh, I guess Max Silly.
How dare you? You almost forgot.
I know. Well, he hasn't watched the episodes lately.
What? Well, actually, yeah. No, neither has a lot of people.
Yeah. Oh,
we're,
it's because
we,
we're getting into the
yeah,
we're
we're
past the hype now.
and we're producing filler episodes.
Yeah, this is true.
But we're gonna lock in. We're gonna have some crazy in real life stuff, and no one's
Yeah.
gonna see this part.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll run to a Red Lobster at some point.
Yeah. Next week, for sure.
Exactly.
I definitely will not be out of town. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Hope. Oh, I might be out of town.
Oh,
We could do an episode with the crew guys because we'll be in Delaware.
we might have to do the trebuchet after that then.
Okay.
That those are our two that keep getting pushed back. I think they were supposed to be like 4 episodes ago at this point.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay, well, goodbye.
Bye.